Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I am back. I'm back, and I'm glad to be back because I got some information that must be very important to you. And I say that is because efforts have been made to try to keep you from getting it. However, I recognize the flaw, and here I am. I want to say to the people who are pointing at Donald Trump as being what Donald Trump is, whether you're in the news media, the social media, or just plain old average Joe Blow citizens. We all know Donald Trump by his presentation. You know, some people say, well, before he opened his mouth, all I saw was his face, and he was either looking okay in the face or his suit and clothes were all right. But when he opened his mouth, his heart came out. And his heart has been constantly flowing ever since he's been there. And what his heart has been saying, his mouth at other times have been lying. So I want to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, is this. All of us Americans, remember when Donald Trump was in North Korea, should I say, when he was in the Philippines with the dictator and coming back telling you everything was fine. Everything was taken care of. You saw a man who feels that he can take care of all of the stuff. Don't need you, don't need this exec, don't need this department, don't need any of that because he's the man. He's the dictator. What he counts, what he says counts. He's always thought he's been that way, and the fact that the government was set up in such a way that it is, he thought was basically stupid, and it was nothing that anybody had to hold to. All they had to do is have balls enough to stand up and resist it. That's what Putin did. That's what Kim Jong-un did. Every dictator does this kind of stuff. And if he does it long enough, it gets in and people start getting scared. So what is happening, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has been doing what he has been doing to the American people for over 2 years. He went to the Philippines. He went to Vietnam. And he come back and he has a different tone about his actions. We don't really know what it is. We also know that he is concerned that he has the last say on everything. That's why he gave all those positions to his son-in-law. Because he knows that he dictates to his son-in-law what to do, and his son-in-law comes back and tell him what happened, and he himself make the decision. And what you, the American people, say does not matter. So what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, is this. We, you, not me, are an enabler. You got those who support Donald Trump because they are just like Donald Trump. But for those of you who think that you are different than Donald Trump, I want you to know that you are seen around the world as Donald Trump. Whatever Donald Trump says, whatever Donald Trump does, the people around the world say, that is America. Now, I know many of you would want to disagree with that, but I would have to ask you then, what label do you put on yourself? Do you put on yourself, you are good people? Then that means you are the good people that do nothing and allow everything that's bad or whatever to continue. Look at it like this, ladies and gentlemen. If you were against Donald Trump, if Donald Trump was not speaking for you, if Donald Trump was not doing for you, then Donald Trump, my friends, could be impeached and would have been impeached. If what Donald Trump says and does not represent you, then Donald Trump would have been in jail. If what Donald Trump says and Donald Trump does not represent you, then you would hold another election and get Donald Trump out of there. Any criminal on the street, as soon as it is discovered where he is and how to get it, he comes, they get him, and eventually he is in jail. How in the world can you let one mouth take this whole nation to hell, and you sit back waiting to see what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. And if he's been a criminal for over 2 years and hasn't changed his way, and you're still talking like you were talking for the past 2 years, and you're going to give this criminal 2 more years to stand up there and say and do whatever he wants, and you're not going to do anything to let the world know that that is not you, then that is going to become you. And that enabling body that couldn't stand Donald Trump is the one that gave Donald Trump his power. And at that time, you will be jumping as high as he wants you to jump, a land as low as he wants you to lay. Why? Because of your fear. So I'm saying to all of you, I would recommend that you try another source. I would recommend that you look at not the law as being number one in this country. Even though in the past you might have said we are a nation of laws, I recommend that you look up to something that you can't see, you can't touch, can't feel outside of this box. It's responsible for you being here and even Donald Trump being alive. And I call that God. And I say if you respect and honor God, then you start doing the right thing. Stop walking around here saying, well, I don't want to go too far to the right. I don't want to go too far to the left. Do what's right. And if you can't do what's right, I hate to say it, but I have to say it. This is the seed that you plant, and Donald Trump is what you've gotten. This is what you have sown, and Donald Trump is what you have gotten. There's no way you can deny that. No way at all. Thank you.